This is our egg versus Aquafaba video for the final project of Kitchen Science Lab. The purpose of this experiment is to compare a coffee cake baked using eggs with one that replaced them with Aquafaba. We'll analyze different variables from both samples in order to understand the role of these ingredients in the recipe.
For each recipe, we will need butter, sugar, 2 pieces of egg that we will substitute for 90 milliliters of aquafaba, vanilla essence, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, sour cream, instant coffee, and water.
First, we cream the butter and the sugar. Then, we add whisked eggs for the first recipe and the aquafaba for the other one, along with the vanilla extract. When an emulsion has been formed, we add sieved flour, sodium bicarbonate, baking powder, and salt, alternating with sour cream. When all the ingredients are incorporated, we separate 1/4 of the butter in order to add instant coffee solution to it, and we mix it. After lining the cake pan with butter and flour, we pour a layer of the simple batter, and on top we pour a layer of batter with coffee. We repeat this process until the batter is at 3/4 of the cake pan. Then we marble the batter with a tester needle or a knife and get it to the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes.
As we can see, there are clear visible differences between both cakes, starting with their height. The egg sample measured 5.5 centimeters, whereas the Aquafaba sample was only 4.7 centimeters, having 8 millimeters as a difference. Density-wise, we found that the egg sample measured 0.67 grams over cubic centimeter and the Aquafaba one 0.92 grams over cubic centimeter, being way more dense. The crumb was also noticeably different. In the egg sample, it is way firmer, spongy, and separated, whereas in the Aquafaba sample, it is a very close, soft, and unstable crumb. We also conducted a duo-trio test in 3 people, from which none were able to recognize the sensory differences between samples, and within the hedonic scale, we obtained more favorable results for the egg sample.
The egg sample was taller and lighter due to its higher cohesiveness values that occurs because egg yolk proteins enhance crumb cell stability. This indicates the internal resistance of a food structure to compression and is associated with the development of bonds in a three-dimensional protein network structure. Lecithin in the egg also acts as an emulsifier, tenderizing the crumb. Aquafaba also has emulsifying and thickening features due to its protein, carbohydrate, and saponin contents, but its proteins are heat stable, which can manifest delayed denaturation and coagulation, causing the cake's internal foam structure to collapse before reaching the necessary temperature for achieving stability, having as a result a lower, more stable, and denser cake.
After analyzing both cakes, we can conclude that even though eggs provide an optimal result, aquafaba is an excellent option to use as a vegan substitute, and it's fulfilled its role and helped the cake structure and moisture, producing a good result, flavor, and texture.